Well, hello and welcome to the Bellicose Nation, especially to all the first-timers listening in. Now, here at the Bellicose Nation, we like to cover not only topics of interest, but also exploring these topics from a fresh angle. And today's topic is a difficult one to cover. And what we're talking about is the rape of a 16-year-old girl by members of a Jefferson County, West Virginia high school football team. That's right. Apparently, the team was out drinking and partying with these guys from her high school, but she got so drunk that she was not only puking and falling down, but she had to be carried into the party and eventually passed out, and then you know what happened. She was raped by at least 2 other students. Now, this story broke open when a video surfaced on one of the accused speaking about what went on at that party while he was at the party, and I'll post that link below. In fact, the word rape is even used in that video, describing what went on. Not only that, but the damning tape also suggests that this girl was raped by more than 2 boys, and while she was passed out, she was perhaps sodomized and urinated on as well. Pretty sick stuff. And, it's unbelievable, but these 2 football players are only being charged as juveniles. Now, I'm going to tell you, no doubt this stuff happens more than most of us realize, and I suspect that it's only going to get worse due to permissive parents letting their kids go anywhere and the unlimited flow of cyber porn that is available to children at the youngest of ages on up to when their views on sex are cemented. Now, like I said, there's a number of angles to this story, but the one I want to cover is this one. Due to political correctness and feminist ideology, we as a society are failing to protect young women in general, but especially young teens who find themselves in such high-risk circumstances. Now, there used to be a mindset that young women were ingrained with, and that was, a lady knows when to leave the party. But thanks to the sexual revolution and the warped feminist mindset, young women today too often grow up with some false sense of security that their rights will protect them from reality no matter where they go, how they behave, and yes, no matter what they wear. This nugget of feminism flies in the face of human nature and even biology. I mean, who suggested to this young lady that drinking herself unconscious could, with a bunch of high school football players, might not lead to someone taking advantage of her in her drunken state, and maybe even on video? Now, I know some of you are going to say, oh, Bellicose, you're just blaming the victim here. No, that's not it at all. What I'm trying to do here is to demonstrate that this young woman was first victimized by a culture that tells her that she has the right to say no, but then fails to warn her that if she puts herself in some circumstances, she increases the likelihood that her no will fall on deaf ears. Look, no one has the right to rape or harm anyone. It's only in these cases of women being raped that we are afraid to make the comment, what was she thinking? I mean, think about this. If I were to flaunt a gold chain necklace down in the New York subway and got robbed of it, the first thing the cop would want to know was, what were you thinking? And what he means by that is we all know that there are those around us who would take what they want from us, and here you made yourself available to them. Why isn't that blaming the victim? But when you ask this girl what was she thinking, is blaming the victim. What's the difference? Why is it that when it comes to women and sex crimes, somehow no one at any point can question if she used poor judgment, if the situation warrants, of course? If this same teen had gone to the shopping mall and knowingly left her keys in the ignition, would we question her actions when her car turned up stolen? Now, the car thief is still a thief. And just because she left her keys does not excuse the criminal. And those that raped this teen girl should be charged as adults and made to answer for their crime. But by failing to warn this young woman of her actions and what it could lead to, we help create more victims. And I'm not trying to beat up on this teen. Good God, she's scarred for life already. But what I do want to attack are those that suggest teaching young ladies the realities of making oneself vulnerable, and that when you teach them, somehow that's granting permission or excuse to the rapist. It's not. So you can have all the slut walks you want, feminists, and you can fund all the teach boys not to rape campaigns you want. But when it's all said and done, mothers and fathers and teachers, if you fail to instill the basic realities of the unique risks that women run by putting themselves in certain situations, you have failed to protect these young girls. This is the Bellicose Nation.